So, good evening guys, welcome to OTL Season 2 Round 12 Singapore, and I am back. I am not on the grid tonight. Apologies I couldn't be there. Last week's Stone filled in very well. I had not that I had no voice, I just could not speak. So, I filled in, and I had fun. JN-Tex was the bane of my life for many laps, but that is last week, and this is this week. Joined this week, as always, Jensen. You are like the steady comms man, the man that everybody can rely on, and being here every week.
Yeah,
you are that guy.
I don't think I've missed any league event or race for like 2 years now, so
you don't miss
carrying
anything
on at the
ever.
moment. Yeah. Yeah.
So Singapore, Jensen, isn't it?
I think it's the only track where the 2-hour time limit is applied because of how long it does last.
And of course, in real life, it's very hot and very humid, so it is a very, very sweaty effort.
Yeah.
But in regards to tonight, we of course will see a continuation of the Nelly Mike battle. No SPW on the grid, so we may just have a cleaner fight between Nelly and Mike, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And obviously, strategy at Singapore. How many guys will we see go for that medium tyre off the start? Soft doesn't last very long. It's a tyre you can use, but if you've got the pace to avoid it, that's probably the sensible choice. Would you agree?
I could agree there. So Chris, we got 12. No, well, this is the 12th round of the season. Of course, we got 8 rounds left of the season, I think, at the moment. So we go from Singapore all the way to Abu Dhabi, and I think Silverstone at the end of double points.
Yes,
so,
Silverstone short, is that right?
I actually don't know. They said they moved Silverstone to the end of the season, but I don't know much. I know we're at Silverstone. Either layout, it doesn't matter. It's 76 points between Mike and Nelly now, with 8 races left. Who's gonna take it?
So that's it.
A big fight back for Mike.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Mike, I guess, just needs to focus on getting the results in. Pulling the gap down as much as he possibly can. We've seen sometimes that when Nelly gets caught up in a bit of traffic, he can trip him up a little. Mike has capitalised when that's happened, and I think he needs to ensure he keeps doing that. But I think Mike's very aware if Nelly gets a clean run, it'll be a good hard fight, you know?
Definitely. And of course, Singapore is a Mike R17 favourite.
Yes. He spent a lot of time on it this afternoon as well. He had a lot of time looking at the setup, trying to put himself in the most comfortable window. You know what Singapore's like, Jensen, we've raced here many times ourselves. Especially when you're on the wheel, if you can find a rhythm in the race nice and early, you'll usually go on and have a pretty decent and solid race. But if you're snatching at corners and you're uncomfortable on exit, the chances of you picking up damage and time penalties here is very, very high.
I wouldn't say time penalties is much. Well, I mean, it's easy to lose concentration around here. I mean, of course you have to be fully concentrated, but it's such a tricky track to like be so consistent on, you know. So
yes.
Yeah. Mike on his out lap at the minute. I think it's the first car on the lap.
But he seemed to like doing recently, Mike, getting the car out early and getting something on the board, or just getting himself sighted in. If you would say, I guess in real life they would call it an installation lap. Obviously no installation needed on a game, but installation in the sense of getting your eye in, so maybe I had a little...
He ain't in control at the moment, I think. Well, I think he is now. Oh! No, he's in the pits now. He's just hit the wall.
He's just got wing damage, yep. So let's go back. Who was the car behind? It is, I think, JNTEX. It is.
Singapore.
The bane of my
already.
life.
Yeah.
That William
was
car will
something.
haunt me for an eternity.
Well, he's going through sector 1 now, and coming into 4 here is a very tricky one. You take as much curb as you can. He's not going to take as much. He's going to avoid that. So he might be on a low ride height if he's trying to avoid the curves right now. But coming to sector 1, he picks up a 26 points. Actually, I didn't get to catch that there.
I think 26.8. Yeah.
Yeah. He's locking up at many places so far. He's on mediums, of course, so don't expect almost at that pace. Really avoiding the curves. He's not overly doing it at the moment as he comes out of the bridge section into his final sector here, 4-4, sector 2.
I think you may need to bring your microphone volume up just a little, Jensen. If possible.
Sorry.
No, don't apologise.
Is this better?
Yes, sir.
I'll just get closer to the microphone then. But yeah, going into the most twisty, tricky section of the track, coming into the final section. Oh, he hit the barrier a little bit there, but I think he's safe. Not using much of the curves again. It's going to get 36.9 on the medium tyres to start off qualifying for JNTEX.
We've got Nelly, I think it's our next man, Jensen. He's just about to come through the final couple of corners. Picks the throttle up really nicely, and that looks a 34.9, and yeah, that looks to be, well, maybe not, but interesting.
And 35.1 for Mailman though, so Mailman ain't too far back.
I think there is it Martin coming round the final corner? It was, he slots in on a 35.8 in P3. So I think it's another Ferrari. Rage Hunter I think is going to be our next man to get a lap on the board.
He's matching Nelly, it looks like. Oh yeah, not the best final corner though. He's going to go P2.
Wow, look how close that is. 12 100ths of a second. Splitting of the Ferraris.
Yeah, only 1/100th of a second actually, or 11 thousandths there, separating.
11 thousandths, yes, that's what I meant. I meant to do.
Oh, and Mitch, I think he's lost braking into turn 6 at the end of the first DRS, but he's got back going again. It doesn't look like he's got damage, so
I think Mikey is our next gentleman on a lap at the moment. He's just coming up to the last couple of corners himself. All the other guys in front I think were just on outlaps. He carries probably the best speed we've seen through the last corner so far, 37 flat, B7.
I don't think he used any energy there.
No ERS, so maybe just getting his eye in a medium tyre run coming a little later. Mike out on the mediums.
Maybe. I think the same with Senna as well, or Senna ain't on the greatest laps. He's coming around the final chicane here, so yellow flag. That's for Ferrari.
So who, I think these guys are just on in laps now, these guys further up. Yes, they are.
I think Ranger is the only guy on a lap at the moment. Actually, JNTEX is on another lap. He is 2 tenths up in sector 1 on the medians, but Ranger is coming through to finish his soft run. He's got a bit of end plate damage. He's picked up along the way.
Oh yes. Did not see that was on the onboard. Oh no, he hangs the car up a little wide, clips the wall on it outside.
It is the outside on the right hand turns when your left hand part of your end plate meets the barrier, but he's come through the final corner. Where's he going to put it in? This is P8.
Oh, and I've just realised because he said it on chat, Jensen, Ethan is out. F. Lewis, that's probably a shock in the session. F. Lewis, especially without SPW being here, he probably felt like a nice solid podium was in there.
JNTEX is just invalidated.
And he was half a second up as well. he would have gained half a second, so it would have put him 36.4 or 36.5.
Yeah, you were saying with F. Lewis, that was a bit...
Yes, it's a bit unfortunate. Mike lighting up the sectors. Oh, and he picks up an invalidation. The front of the car there, he chucked the car in, it just didn't seem to want to go. So maybe the front tyre's just struggling. Not quite in the window yet.
They're all really struggling here. I think
wonder if the track is cold.
Must be. And, oh, Mike's really using nothing. He is probably on the limits of fuel if he wants to get another lap.
Mitch is retired. Oh no, Mitch!
What's happened? Is he
unsure? I can't get on board. I think he has dropped the car.
Oh yeah. In the under the bridge.
And F. Lewis is saying he's crashed just at Anderson Bridge as well. So or just before.
Oh, who was that? It was going through there. I think Ranger had to avoid that, but I don't think he was on a lap. So at the moment, most people are on out laps. Mike basically tuned back into another installation lap. Is he gonna go? No, he's gonna pit.
I'll tell you just now, Officer Doofy looks to be putting up together here a really nice medium lap, 104.4 in the sector 2 split, but he looks...
using energy. He hasn't used any energy this lap.
So he's maybe going to go for a double run here.
Surely. That is really interesting how the guy's going for a qualifying here. But I think he's going for a run now, yeah. You see he's tuned up the energy, and is the yellow flag? I don't think that's too much, just first letting people through, but Officer Doofy going for a proper lap now.
Looking nice and smooth thus far. Takes a chunk of the curb on the inside, maybe could have took a little bit more, but still attacks it well. It's up to the sector 1 split. How much is he going to go up?
Wow.
4/10 up sector 1.
Good improvement there, and there's definitely a lot of time you can find in these meetings. Probably don't know what lap time I expect the guys to do, but I think at least get P4 and the pace at the moment, maybe even higher. You can put the lap together right now.
And that's really the thing, if other guys are going to go in the mediums and Adam puts himself right up there, he could pile a big amount of pressure on these guys and maybe get himself a nice shock start. He is absolutely flying in this lap, so he's set to go. He's getting well inside this top 5 here. He keeps this pace up. Could even threaten a 3rd place Matoman. Could found 4/10 first sector, 6/10 second sector. If he can find another big gain through these last few corners, he could get up there. I think he's going to slot in P4 though. I think P4 is realistic for him. Could have took a lot more in Apex and entry, but he's going to come to the line. Ends up P6, so they only found a 10th in the last sector there. That's interesting. Tyres maybe really, just...
I'd say energy. I mean, energy, like... Of course, adding in the first and second sector you really need to have a go of it, but third sector you don't, it's not really as necessary.
True.
And of course the final corner was a bit...
So Pedro out in a soft now, sorry to jump in on you there Jensen, just because Pedro's on a lap and he's about to encounter on traffic. Mike stays well out of the way, he has a racing point up ahead, but I think the racing point is going to get himself down.
Goes P1 by a whole half a second actually.
A 34.4, that's impressive.
Pedro almost hitting a wall there, but he's going to cross the line. Where is he going to put him? He goes
P8, 36.9.
Only just ahead of JMTX for like 0.004 of a second, but
and
Mike
is well out of the way. Surge goes P6 and I think retires straight away from this session now. No.
And that was on soft tyre. Where did he crash across the line? I don't know.
I think
cars
he's
from China
maybe had a moment out of the last corner.
when completing the lap. Yeah, maybe. It's
At least he got the lap in and never invalidated
Yeah.
before he hit the wall. I guess that is a bonus. So Senna out in the mediums now as well. Mike on a lap on his medium. So let's go on board with Mike, see where he goes. Oh, a small twitch overstay there. Kept it in check though. That was even a really early fifth gear. It does not. Front end just doesn't look there. Which is really, really interesting.
This should put him open to P2. I think if he carries the pace through the final sector, I think he could challenge the top 5 or top 4. But see what he does.
So
bolted.
He is.
Really planting the car there.
P2 gets it 34.5. Wow, that is mighty pace on the mediums there from young Michael. So I think he'll be pretty happy with that. Oh, that is interesting.
Very good luck from Mike there.
Nearly they saying there though in the chat, he was a second up and invalidated. Now if you take that time, he does a 33.9 there. The tyre deficit between the soft and the mediums I think is about 6.5 to 7 tenths. So Mike and Nelly looking very close in pace.
Yeah,
very close.
Too big at all, isn't it? He's.
I think it's only about 6 tenths, isn't it? Here.
I think so.
I think just the soft wears like mad.
Yeah, the wear rate is so much different, but the actual pace is much closer. That's why the harder tyres are the best around here.
Yes. I think Skarma's on a noise coming in, so Skarma's coming in. I thought he was on a lap there. So do we have anybody? What is Mataman doing? He's in an invalidated run. We know Mike's on an in lap. Senna Martins.
Mikey as well. Yet Senna is the lead car on track for that.
So we've got on board with Senna 3.2. So I think he's looking about 4 tenths down from Mike in the second sector. So where would that put him? If Senna here in the mediums can maybe still attack the top 5 here. Who's a lad that's really struggled in qualifying.
Oh, look how confident he was with the car there. He almost hit the barrier. He was literally millimeters away. Some Monaco sort of stuff.
Another man looking very confident in the setup through that last sector. Just a small lift for Senna out of ERS. Where is he going to go? He goes P6. And I think P6 and above in the mediums, I think you're setting yourself up to have a nice solid race. Of course you need to stay out of trouble, Officer if you choose, and now the mediums, and if he just clipped the wall there, he wants to be careful. You do not want to pick up end plate damage here, because that will be your qualifying run absolutely over. JN takes bail to the mate soft, so could he threaten the top side?
He's a 10th up on his time, and it's a yellow flag, and Senna's just letting through the AlphaTauri of Martin.
So Pedro sitting in his favourite position as it stands, P11. He'll be hoping to get that alternate strat. Hard tyre can work well here. So the guys outside the top 10 that we want to watch to see how many try and utilise the hard compound. Tech's looking in a very, very solid lap at the moment, Jensen. But it's saying he is bang even, yes.
Hey, this is...
So let's see, maybe at the moment last sector.
Maybe he's not trying to get a top 10 here.
No ERS. No ERS running. He backed out, so he's maybe going to go. Yeah, he's going to go now.
Yeah, but it's still worn out of tyres a bit. So, so start his final run. 40 seconds left.
And if I'm seeing this right, I think I just went to Mikey and he was 8 tenths up on his medium compound, Jensen. I think Mikey coming through the last sector here, looking to improve quite dramatically in this medium compound. Can he launch himself inside the top 10 for a starting position? He's going to be one of the first man to bank that last crucial lap, and Mikey
P10.
gets P10 out of his lap. Jensen, I'll look behind. There is, I think,
Mike's
Rangers.
Gonna get a move on. He is close to losing the time here. Can he get around the start of the lap? 5, 4, 3.
And he
Just
does.
made it. That was close there from Mike, but
So let's see where we are. Officer Duffy is backed out of his lap,
Yeah.
so I think he's going to be happy with P11. Pedro's not going to take any further part in P12, so I think Skarma's on a lap.
6 tenths up.
Oh yeah, we'll go on Bob and Nelly right behind as well. Look how close the Ferrari guys are.
They're almost matching each other here. I think Nelly just a little bit up on Rage Hunt here, quarter of a second.
And he's invalidated. Nelly's invalidated.
Oh
yep.
No, that's not going to help him. Here comes Rage Hunter, he's going to cross the line. He gets a 34.2. Mike is 3 tenths up in sector 1.
And Matoman's in as well. We had an improvement there. Who improved? Where did I see that? Who crossed the line? Oh, JNTEX. JNTEX got himself into P6, Jensen. But of course, a second running that soft compound tyre, and I think that's going to be everybody for the session.
Well,
Mike is up. Is he going to complete the lap? He's got P2.
Yeah,
I don't think it's worth it.
See what it does anyway. Here he comes through the final sector here. He's 9 tenths off as he crossed sector 2. So he's guaranteed 33.6 or better. It's going to be a really good lap from Mike, but he's weaving away yet. He's not going to pick up one more position there. I think he started his lap last as he could, just so he knows where everyone is when he finally does his run. But he's made the right decision there, I'd say, sticking with the mediums. But Rage Hunter on his debut in OTL takes pole position.
And if you ever want to start a league confident, that is exactly how you step in and do it.
Yeah, 7 tenths ahead of your championship leading teammate as well. Of course,
yes.
Nelly was far up on his time, but invalidation really hurt him there. It cost him pole position.
So I think Nelly's focus now will probably be just to settle. If you've picked up a couple of invalidations, you do not want to take that consistency into the race, because if you're getting invalidations, that will be warnings, and they warnings will accumulate and become penalties. So it's time to just, I think, readjust, refocus. He's going to have the jump on Mike for the first couple of laps, so I think it'll be interesting to see what happens exactly between them two. Can Mike get Rage Hunter early in the race? Who knows? The soft is only going to be premium for 2 laps, 3 laps at best, and then I think the tyre, the medium tyre becomes the tyre you want to be on. Would you agree there, young Jensen, sir?
Yeah. I would probably say the softs would be guaranteed best for like the first 3 or 4 laps, and then the mediums will come into their own at that time. And of course,
so
the
3 or
guys in the
4.
softs, they have to pit early.
Yes.
Lap 7 early is probably the latest they'll probably be pitting, or lap 8 or so. But
oh, Jensen! Jensen, it's raining!
Is it? Oh. But it doesn't look like it's raining too hard though.
Are we going to see some slick running on a damp track? In which case Mike could be in big trouble here.
Oh, that might... Oh, this is going to be interesting. I think... No, but this might clear up. Chris, this might clear up very quickly, unless they start on the slicks. And it's going to dry up that quickly, but... it's going to be I don't even know, because it doesn't... The track doesn't look wet at all.
No. I think we could see the kind of what we had in France, where it's always kind of drip and rain, but no water essentially develops on the track. It's still a little bit slippy, but not wet enough for inter running. So give me 1 second, gents, and I will be back. That we have things to speak about. Woohoo!
Yes.
I'm back, sir. So,
You want to look at the stream chat? I think Pedro's just called you out there.
Pedro, you need to eat cactuses, you bloody imbecile. I really want to call you bad names, but I don't want the page to get a strike, so shut your face. Mikey says I didn't check the weather. So, I was expecting low 33s, Jensen, in quali. Have we seen guys go to a wet setup here?
I don't think they're on a wet setup, to be honest, looking at those times, because Mike was pretty fast on those mediums. Let's just say that, and he
What
was
time
on
did
for
they do?
a low
33.4?
He would have done a low 33 on those softs, but yeah, he got 34.5 on the mediums, which is a pretty good time. Mikey said he didn't check weather. I don't know if... I think people may have checked weather, but it may have looked dry at the start. It might have just... This might only just be a damp patch. If so... That doesn't actually do a lot good for Mike if it is like a damp patch, because those softs is going to just rocket away.
Yes,
Those
he's going to
mediums
really
will just
struggle for
trundle
temps. That's
along.
the thing as well. If you're outside the top 10, Jensen, right? Let's put you on the grid. If you're sitting P11 right now, or P12, where you would usually run a medium or a hard, and you were sat with this in front of you, would you be tempted to put the soft on?
Well, I don't know, Chris. I've completely forgot to check the race director, because we could just see what the tyres are on there, and they're on Inters. So I think that's pretty much answered that.
Wow. Well then, so it is wet. Oh, whoa. So why did Mike go in the medium?
Just be wet enough. It might have been a weather. It might have said it's going to be dry at the start. You know. I don't know.
It's changed. Dynamic
might
weather
have.
system, I guess. It can change just like that.
No,
Mike's,
it could say it's
just put
dry
eyes
though.
in the chat. He's like, oh damn.
It could be raining, but it could be like enough for dry conditions. You might have forgot, or no, what am I saying? Forgot. You might have tried to judge like a slick start in the rain. Tried to go for that mediums, but I don't know. Anyways, I think we're not too far away from starting, Chris.
No, and I think it is your lights out, sir. Is that
No,
correct?
it's your lights out, mate.
I always say this, and
yeah.
it always seems to be mine.
You're the even numbers on the odd numbers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
For this, yeah.
That is right. Oh, I never done lights out last week because I wasn't here. I wouldn't have been here. I missed it because you done it because you were there, of course. That's what's tripping me up.
With Stun Bomb.
The Stun Bomb. Wonder if he's on the stream. Wonder if he's popped in. I hope you have Stun. Guys, please, if you haven't already, before you start racing, like the stream. And if you haven't before, sub to the channel. We're up to 50, so whoever subbed tonight, thank you. We've hit the 50 subs mark on the Racing Hub. So that's a little half a century. Little milestone ticked. So thank you.
There we go.
So we'll be able to judge how wet the track is by the spray, and I tell you, there looks to be a little bit
There's
of
a bit of spray,
Jensen.
but it doesn't look raining too heavily, so it might do dry up. I don't know. But
The guys are definitely embedding a tyre line in, so there's definitely lying water on the track.
Well, Mike's going to be back on equal terms with these guys now, but he's positioned back from where he wanted to be, really. But oh, it's going to be an interesting race. If this dries up really quickly, Chris, like in the first few laps, even, I don't see it drying up as quickly as like 3 laps or so. But
no.
What would they go for? Tyres? That
I think it depends when. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I think it depends what position you're in the track. I think if you're out front and you've got a good gap, you probably just go to the hards and bring the race on because you've got track position. But if you've maybe been tripped up a bit, you maybe try the more aggressive run. I don't know.
Well,
but the thing you said as well, Jensen, if it stays wet, you mentioned this pre-quali. This is the longest race in the season in terms of time. It's just getting even longer.
Plus, isn't it? It's going to be an hour.
So, we have a long one ahead. Could we see, like, season 6, an absolute decimation of the grid? 16 drivers.
More of attrition.
In for an absolute shift.
Well, we're going to see what happens anyway. Chris, the drivers are just coming to the all into the final sector now. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to, of course, let the drivers get on the grid for you to talk them away.
Before everybody lines up, Jensen, what's your focus now if you're coming onto the grid? Just get through turn 1 clean and focus on building some momentum in the conditions?
To be honest, Chris, if you look at what the grid's like, Ferrari, Michael and a Ferrari, we saw wet Singapore 2017.
Oh, we're only missing a Red Bull.
Verstappen, Raikkonen on the grid. That, and look, you knew how that ended, didn't it? All 3 of those guys retired on the first lap, but I don't know how it's going to turn out today, but yeah, we'll see.
So let's put it on position change so we can keep an eye on who gains what. So everybody's lined up. We're waiting on the lights for OTL round 12 Singapore. 3 lights on, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out. And we are moving, and I think it's a reasonable start from all the guys up front. But look at Nelly, he's got the traction on everybody. He'd think he's going to have the outside line for Mike, but Mike keeps his nose in there. He's going to say, no, I'm going to stay there. We'll keep watching me behind us. Martin gets the inside line on Matoman further behind. I think he'll get through in that position. Matoman will have the inside line for turn 5 though. But I think it seems to be everybody just filing through in order. Rage Hunter from Mike, Envinelli P3, Martin 4, JNTEX 5, Jensen.
Yeah, it's a good start from Nelly there, but he didn't capitalise on that. Mike got him back straight away. And just...
somebody who had a moment, look at F. Lewis, he's already up 4 positions, Jensen, in the conditions. He seems to be capitalising well, absolutely on the back of his teammate. Looking to force his way through.
As well. Look at them all bunching up at the back here. Pedro up into P13. I think actually stayed P13, but Adam, Ranger have both dropped a load of positions. Of course, F. Lewis up 4 positions. Great start from him. And JNTEX up 1. And I think the last time we had...
Who was that? Sorry to jump in. Skarma stuck his nose in Senna Martin there. I don't know if he picked up any wing damage, but he definitely tried to have a peek into the hairpin, and I don't think he did, and it's actually cost him a bit of time. Sorry to jump in there, Jensen.
Yeah, I was just going to say that JNTEX, remember the last time there was a wet race?
And he's looking very racy at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's right in the back of Martin here. And Rage Hunter really struggling. Look at how much he's backed everyone up. Martin and JNTEX are right on the back of them as well. It's a really bad start to the race for Rage Hunter. He may be leading, but he's really holding these guys up now. The pace, but...
So, for Mike and Nelly's sake, they're probably not happy to be slowing down. Rage Hunter, of course, has the right to go take the race at his pace, but for all the guys behind, Look how close the top 12 drivers are still packed up,
Oh,
Jensen.
Rage Hunter, he didn't have a good run. Here comes Mike. Here's the opportunity for Mike. Is he going to try and go for the move here? Into turn 6, he's going down the straight. Rage Hunter takes to the inside line. Mike goes on the outside. Tries to get the switch back if he can. Going to get a good enough run. Tries to go on the outside. Into turn 7. Sticking his nose there. Oh, he hasn't got a good exit and he's going to have to slot back in. But Range Hunter goes a little bit wide and they're going to go side by side. Into turn 9 here. Very tricky one.
And Rage Hunter's just smacked Mike in the rear there, I think. Rage Hunter's cooked his braking a little there. And now everybody's going to have to be careful because Rage Hunter's going to be really, really slow as everybody files through. He's still trying to fight it, sorry to jump in on you there, Jensen.
No, that's just
and there's absolute colossal amounts of cars. We've got Matterman, Senna Martins, Giantex, everybody having a go now at Rage Hunter, who's really going to struggle now as he's got end plate damage. Matterman looking to have a go just behind as well. Will he stick the nose in? I don't think he's going to be close enough this time, but he was going to slow up. That's the thing. Staying behind somebody with wing damage is not good. Martin really struggling as well. Giantex looks in glory land. Mike, checking out.
Did you get anything on board of Mike or Rage Hunter as Mike started back in? Because it looked a bit. You said Rage Hunter had cooked his braking, maybe, but I think that might be something to the stewards if there is someone at fault. But I mean, at the moment, I think everyone's just going to carry on and say, "Oh, Mike."
Keep their head down. Yeah. Rage Hunter choosing to carry on with the damage as well. So
maybe
I think he's going to try and find some comfort in whatever the setup's going to offer him now, and just try and keep plugging away at it.
Waiting for this rain to go.
But we've seen, you were right, Jensen. Rage was holding these guys up at the front. Look at Mike and Nelly now, absolutely checking out. 2.5 second gap and what's been half a lap, or just about a lap now. So they are moving, but Mike seems to have a bit more advantage on Nelly at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say they're both running about the same pace here. Mike, of course, 1.6 seconds, but yeah, like you said, just checking out, it looks like at this rate. Looking at other cars here. Martin really struggling through the bridge section here. Matterman trying to get at the back of Giantex. Not going to get close enough for a move. And Rage Hunter really struggling with that damage. Skarma, next car to make the move. Can he get close enough for that?
So from Rage Hunter back now, there is a big queue of traffic all the way back to Officer Doofy, so he's really starting to create a train and keep that mid-pack battle very lively. Nelly sets the fastest lap of the race so far, so he's starting to find his feet in the conditions. We may see that gap to Mike start to come in a bit. Martin, Giantex and Matterman, though, they seem to have a good scrap for this P3 position at the moment.
Yeah, I think Mike invalidated his lap, apparently, so he must have hit track limits once or twice that lap. That not good for Mike. He's got to be careful now.
Yeah, that could be warnings, couldn't it?
He was a second quicker that last lap though, Mike, even with the nearly fastest lap.
Wow.
So,
look at Giantex, he's really hustling Martin now. He's all over the back. Giantex searching and searching and searching, trying to find that magical gap, but it becomes very hard in the wet, doesn't it, Jensen? You've really got to get a run. There's a yellow flag,
and it's Mitch. And he looks like he's crashed on the straight.
Will that be a safety car? It is.
And it is. Rain stopped. Rain has stopped, Chris. What are they going to do? Oh, this is really thrown it into the mix, is it?
Oh, so as if the safety car comes out just as the rain stops. What is the chances? So jackpot, but as you were saying,
Is that though?
Jensen,
Will it dry
strategy?
up enough? Everyone going on the slick tyres ain't gonna clear any water at all. It's still a load of spray coming off the back of the cars.
So
But a pit
something
stop
like, did we
really
not have a
leaves you out.
situation like this very recently?
Yep, Zandvoort in WRL, I think.
It was
Am I
the
right?
same sort of thing, yes.
Yeah, and Mike, he crossed the pit line there. Same with Nelly though. These
what
guys gotta
tyre?
watch the pit line.
Oh, and Martin
Yeah,
gets a drive through Jensen in P3 for
oh,
speeding under the VSC.
JNTech stays out in the lead. So JNTech will inherit the lead of the race.
Mike goes
He's
for the
gonna try and
mediums.
stay out.
Oh, Nelly goes to the mediums. Mike goes
Mediums
to
for
the
Mike
mediums
as
too.
well. So a lot of guys may have crossed the white line there. I don't know if anything was said about it, so I don't think they're gonna get into any trouble with that. So as they all go into the pits, let's see what they go for, Chris.
So a
A
collection
lot of
of
mediums.
everything,
Only
yes.
one hard. Only one hard tyre at the moment. That is Surge. And if the rain does clear out, he will be possibly
Going
on
to
course
the
to
end.
go to the end of the race. So
Yeah, I
it's
would
going to
think
be an
so.
interesting one. But those hard tyres are going to struggle on the track surface at the moment.
And that's the thing, the Inter guys with the wet track, if these guys really struggle, they're not even going to get an advantage. So I'm intrigued now, Jensen. I am very, very intrigued to see when it comes to restart time what condition the track's in.
At the moment, it's still there's spray being kicked up, but
Yeah, the Inter
It
is
looks like it's
definitely
time
the
to
tyre
go.
at the moment, but yes, it is fading.
is this the right decision for these guys to stay out on the inters? It's a very, very tough one, that. And weaving about like that, JNTX is just clearing up the track for them. Ain't the thing you want to do.
No. Plus, if the track's drying, you don't want to do too much weaving in Inters, because the last thing you want to do is overheat
You
them.
might pit. These guys might pit. Let's see what they do. Will they stay out or pit? What they're going to go for?
I think even if they do pit, they can still come out at the back of this mid-pack.
Yeah, just ahead of...
Possibly Maharton, maybe not quite, but definitely ahead of Surge.
Yeah, it'll be in between Surge and Skarma.
So I think
if
they are
do
going
pit.
to pit. Yeah,
JNTech's
JNTech is going in.
What's Matterman going to do? Same with Mikey and Dr. Special Energy. They've left it all a lap too late, and that's compromised their positions. Let's see where they fall back into the pack though, once they all get in and out. So Mike in the lead of the race again on those medium tyres, and it looks like, yeah, it's definitely drying up a lot now.
Yes, it looks like a very, very dry circuit nowadays, doesn't it?
And JNTech has gone for the hard tyre.
So I
You
think
will
they
come
are
out
going to get out
in the
just in
P6.
front of Surge. They did.
JNTech might be a favourite to win this race at this rate. If he's going for this hard tyre, this is going to be a big one.
And he did. He got
Yeah,
P6.
only-
That's a shout, Jensen, by the way.
JNTech and
Especially
Surge only 2 on the hards.
I would think the
So
medium
the-
guys will need to pit again.
They'll have to push, really put on the pace if they want to stay in the chance of winning this, because at the moment JNTech's looking solid, and if he carries some good pace on this whole second stint, I'm pretty sure that will be a really good chance. I don't know. Chris Base is 2 against the rest of them, isn't it? 2 against 13.
Yeah, that's it,
Surge
mate.
and JNTech.
1 second, please. So, big, sir. So, we have 13 medium runners and 2 hard runners. 2 hard runners, as Jensen was saying, and JNTEX, and then Surge, who we spoke about just a little earlier. These 2 guys, look, if they can hold the pace and stay with this medium pack, yeah, Mike and that's going to be looking to make a 20-second disadvantage back, which could be very, very hard. But of course, they will have a bit more pace early doors in the stint. So we have an interesting dynamic about to play out, Jensen. A very, very interesting dynamic.
So what do you think's going to happen now, Chris? I mean, well, let's see it. There's a few penalties being dished out already. Martin actually has a drive-through. If you did not know that. And only other penalties, Skarma, Officer Doofy and Ranger. I almost said Rage there, but yeah, Ranger, all those 3 having 3 seconds penalties each. So, you got to keep it clean now.
Yes. So definitely, could you see, I'm pretty sure we will go racing this next lap. Could you see anybody, I mean the medium tyre, it's not going to do 23 laps, is it? It's just not going to do that.
Nah. No chance. Let's say, had some insane tyre saving.
So do you think we could see them doing like a 15 lap stint on these mediums and then go for a 7 or 8 lap burst at the end on the softs, the medium guys? Or do you think they'll just split it in half and go medium? Medium yeah, probably is your safest option, isn't it?
I would say so. And probably the best on pace as well.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah, because we were talking about the disadvantage, the tyre deficit between the soft and the medium is not really that much. So safety car in this lap, as we said it would be. We're about to go racing. Mike will let the safety car go away now. He will take control of the pace of the pack and then choose when he is ready to let loose and try and get a jump as much as possible on Nelly. Martin hanging back a bit, and what he can't do here is hang too far back to get a gap to jump in and do the safety car because it's green flag. He needs to go racing, and I think serve his drive through next lap, although he may come in this lap, I am unsure. So let's go on board with Mike. When will he go?
Safety car has caught up now. Mike doing the Verstappen, he's carrying it late. He's sort of forced to carry it late.
Oh, and he nearly dropped the car there, Jensen.
And look at Nelly. Nelly's got the jump on him here. Mike didn't get the right restart at all. Nelly's going to try and go for a move into turn 1 to outbrake himself. They both go side by side. Nelly might have picked up a warning there, but they both keep it very clean there. The 2 championship leaders here.
When Mike just Max Verstappen to Imola that, he nearly put...
Senna and Skarma, they're going to touch wheels going into turn 4, but Senna has made the move stick.
And Matoman pulls out on the side of JNTEX now. He's going side by side. JNTEX under pressure early in his hard compound tyre. JNTEX goes a lot deeper in the brake. He's going to hold that inside line.
Skarma went a bit wide there as well.
Yeah, I think that'll be a warning for Skarma there. He's got the inside line for the hairpin. He's going to squeeze out JNTEX. And that gives Matoman the run on the outside, sorry. And it's going to get close there. Careful, boys, and they get through.
Really good racing.
And Mike picks up a time penalty, Jensen, up front. Mike's picked up the... So that restart's maybe caught Mike, but surprise a little. He just needs to settle down, get himself back under control and focus on the pace he had earlier.
I think, yeah, that lap 2... Actually, there's lap 3, those lap 3 warnings. He got picked up 2 warnings on the lap there. Those 2 warnings really cost him. He's now picked up a penalty, so... I'm pretty sure he should be able to keep it clean for the rest of the race. He knows what he's got to do now. He's picked up a second gap over Nelly on this first run.
And look at Skarma. Skarma's really pushed. He's derating all the way through the last sector. He has deployed a mega amount of energy this lap. So he could be one for the taking, but He seems to have good pace out the corners, and that's going to make him really hard to catch. Still got 50% energy. Mataman getting a bit of a run into one, but he's not going to quite be there this time. And I think Officer Doofy and Rage Hunter trying to make moves. I don't know, Rage Hunter nearly drops the car through too. He gets all over the curb on the outside with a big snap oversteer. Officer Doofy tries to get the run up the outside into turn 4, but it's not going to happen this time. Turn 5, sorry. So we are starting to thin out our little Jensen. As Singapore does, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of stuff going on. JNTEX has sort of got a train behind him now. Of course, expect that on the hards. But, yeah, it's
maintaining a nice pace on the hard so far now, at the moment.
Yeah, he's only 8 seconds behind the leader at the moment, and consider the restart, it would be about 3 seconds or so behind off the restart. So
Surge and JNTEX now side by side on track in P7 and P8, so interesting to see how much pace Surge has in the hard compound. Is he faster than JNTEX? We need to watch for Maharton doing his drive-through penalty as well and see where he comes back out, but I think he will be stone dead last, unfortunately. Makes it the fastest lap to 38.7. He's starting to check out a bit now, Tonelli.
Yeah, he's starting to get a gap now. Up there. And starting to get a bit boring now. It's simple.
Singapore curse strikes. At least we'll have a round of pit stops though, and not everybody's went for the same strategy and everybody's going to the end. We will see things change. Mataman coming for a run on Skarma, not quite close enough. Skarma running really well at the moment in P4. Running really, really well. And Officer Doofy now on Rage Hunter. I've just come on board with this, and we've got Pedro and Mikey all over the back of this fight too. 4 cars here going absolutely at it now as we stay on board with Officer Doofy, Pedro, Mikey, F-Loose, Dr. Special Energy and Ranger YouTube all coming in to join this fight, Jensen, so things kicking off further down the grid. Officer Doofy struggles a bit in exit traction, not enough for Pedro to get a good run at him. I think Surge struggling a little at the moment on his hard. JNTEX probably looks the better of the two, Jensen, at the moment on that hard compound tyre.
Yeah, he's starting to get... He's in the rhythm at the moment. I mean, at the moment, as long as he holds track position, he's pretty much fine. He's only 2.5 seconds back. Oh, he's had a moment, he spun it! And there's been a little bit of contact as well. Hopefully don't ungoose, and he had contact with Rage Hunter. I think Rage Hunter might have tapped the back of him through the corner, and oh, that's not, he's not going to be happy about that. Rage Hunter in the pits, I think he must have picked up damage. Surge tyres a little bit cooked from that spin maybe, but it's down.
Did he continue? Now. He did. Mataman and Skarma now going at it. Mataman made a big move on the inside, and I think he's going to go through it. Mataman does go through it on his medium compound tyre. He's up into P4.
Oh,
Can he hunt down centre?
The two Red Bull boys, they're going side by side. F. Lewis going for the move here. He wants to be careful. He wants to give space. His teammate Mikey backs out of it just.
Oh, and he needs to be careful. Oh, and I think, who was that? I think Mikey's not realised Pedro was there, and I think he put Pedro straight in the wall.
Pedro, I think, is he?
Yeah, he's picked up damage now.
Oh no. Ain't good
so
for
I
him.
think, yeah,
Oh.
no. I think Pedro was just coming in the racing line as well, so that's definitely one to be looked at, I would think.
Here
Pedro running really well
Ranger
this evening as well.
Yeah, Ranger's on the back of him at the moment. Not what Pedro wants, I think, yeah, all the gaps are basically gone.
Yeah.
I think only Martin's is quite close. And Ranger's at the back of Pedro. Oh
And again.
god. He is basically shoving him right now. And there we go,
So
another
Pedro
shove
probably
from
pits
Ranger.
now and just bolts on a hard and goes to the end.
You might have read his mind there. Unless he goes for the mediums, which would be...
And Officer
Actually-
Duffy and F. Lewis
Oh,
side by side through turns 1, 2 and 3. Officer Duffy looking for the switchback up to 4. Not quite there this time. F. Lewis derating, so Officer Duffy has an opportunity here up the straight, gets a much better apex. F. Lewis got an absolutely tremendous exit there. And I think that's going to compromise
Here
Duffy
comes
for
off
getting the
Duffy
run.
there.
He's going to try it though. And he's coming full steam ahead. One big bomb down the inside. He's went really deep. He gets the car slowed down, but F. Lewis gets the switchback on the inside. And Mikey is coming up here, Dr. Special Energy as well, looking to have a piece of this action.
Yeah, I think the oldest and the youngest in the league.
And here comes
Going
Mikey.
around
Mikey's
turns.
going to go on the inside
Yeah.
and Officer Duffy. And he's going to
Good
go
move
through.
from
Officer
Mikey.
Duffy looking for
You
the
see
switchback, but not quite there. I think he's going to go through it, and he does.
He is getting swarmed by the guys now.
I think Officer Duffy has some wing damage.
I'll check the front wing. You are right, yes, he has got end plate damage, missing front left. And Mike, he has semi-checked out. He's got a 2.8 second gap at the front. Nelly has got, just to keep within that 3 seconds till the end of the race, not pick up a penalty. And we'll quickly check Nelly's warnings. He's only got 1 to his name there. Mike hasn't picked up anything afterwards, so...
And look at Matoman Jensen. When he cleared Skarma, the gap was 2.8. He's now in Senna Martin's DRS zone. So Matoman absolutely hunting podium positions this evening.
Yeah, he's really going at it here. JNTEX is starting to lose the gap now. A few more laps and he's going to be out of pit stop.
Oh yeah,
Protection from the leaders.
19.3 now, the gap to the leader.
I know his hards wouldn't have been as fast, but he's lost out a lot. But he's still going at it. He's going to be in a good position from the pit stops. I'd say P3 is where he would be.
Pedro went to a soft tyre.
Oh my god. But he's going to attack Adam here. So Adam is pitted for the hard tyres, and here they both go. I think this is why they gone for what they went for. Yeah, does Pedro go for anything? He's just going to slot there, in behind Adam. Only one retirement in this race at the moment. That was Mitch in the intermediate conditions on the Raffles Boulevard straight.
Matoman now, I'm going to jump to this because he is 2 tenths behind. Saying, oh, Senna nearly drops the car out the last corner. Just a jump on board with Matoman. Can Matoman close up now to stay close to get the move done in probably the main DRS zone of the track?
Yeah, Matoman's got 15% energy deficit to
Oh, that's
Senna,
a
so
good
this
point.
ain't going to be easy. He could push Senna to use a lot, but Matoman, he's really close to losing the wing there. Getting close to the barrier, but he ain't going to get close enough to make a move. Senna still with a huge gap on the energy at the moment. I think he just has to keep that really to stay ahead. Looking at the rest of the field.
Oh, and Pedro's just hit the wall again.
Oh no. And he has got, yeah, only end plate damage up. Looks like.
So F. Lewis closing in Gentex.
Yeah. F. Lewis and JNTEX, these two scrapping it out in Hungary. They're going to go at it again today, but F. Lewis is on the tyres that you're going to have to pit for a brand new set of different tyres
And
before the
he's
end of the race. So,
having a very, very good recovery drive is Ethan. 8 positions gained so far.
yeah, crashed out in qualifying and didn't play the tyres right at first when it did dry up, so I think he's looking okay for this at the moment. Just finding his moment.
I was talking about F. Lewis earlier. He's a driver that's developing really well. Remember, he's a really young lad. And when you look at some of the times he's shown really strong pace, and then you sit and think, like this guy. Oh, JNTX nearly dropped the car. Oh, and F. Lewis is going to go through. I'm going to just completely let that story go because that is way more important. He does get the DRS to steady himself back.
May not just steady himself, he may try to have a go again. Is he going to go for a move? No, he's not. He's got really close, but F. Lewis is now through with that little mistake from JNTX, just cost him position. So JNTX is now 25 seconds off the leader. A pit stop now from Mike would put him, I think, just in front or just behind him. So I'm gonna wait and see.
It's going to be close. That is for sure. JNTX is a lead hard runner as well, isn't he? Yes, he is. So I think JNTX has probably still got a nice advantage over the likes of F. Lewis, Skarma, Matoman. But I think maybe Senna Martins, Nelly and Mike just a bit too much. I think JNTX would be happy with a solid P4 if he can bring that home.
Oh, what's he just done there? He's just let Mikey through.
Mikey gets through.
He's pulled to the side there and just let Mikey through on the outside.
Yeah, and Mikey nods of approval, so maybe JNTX just appreciating that the pace is not all there and he's not going to do much to really hold up somebody else's race, so fair play. I think that's very respectful. He doesn't have to do that, but he understands where his pace is at right now, and I think a driver that can acknowledge that is a very mature one.
It may be the best for his race at the moment if he stick with Mikey
and use the DRS. That's a very good point.
As the tyres are going well at the moment, the guys on the mediums, it'll be a good few more laps to go until they come into the pits. Unless they extend out for soft tyres, what are they going to go for? Here, some might go mediums, some will go softs.
That could really spice it up, Jensen, if we get a nice split of medium and softs coming at the end.
I would, looking at the top two, I know what they're going to do. They're going to go opposite to each other. Whatever Mike does, Nelly won't do. If whatever Mike doesn't do, Nelly will do.
I guess that if you were Nelly, that's probably the best play right now. Mike's got his penalty gap, so you just need to try something different.
And Mike doesn't seem to be losing anything more now.
No,
he's got
chilling.
really similar pace. And I think Mike picked up another warning on a later lap. Also, Mike got when he got the penalty, he got 2 exceeding track limits on that lap. So I was wrong about the first lot. So Mike got at the moment on penalty and a warning at this stage of the race. Nelly on 2 warnings, so he's got to be a bit careful.
This battle between Matoman and Senna Martins continues on. I think both guys absolutely spent on the energy. And just Matoman I just doesn't think has enough. I think he needs to probably spend a lap trying not to deploy, and then really try and have a run at Senna Martins through one of the bigger DRS zones here, because what he's trying at the moment is just not working. We have some things going on further back. Maharton I think came in for his pit stop. He's jump onto another medium compound tyre. And ENTXJ, Jensen, is doing exactly what you said could be ideal, and
the flag, who is that? And we have to quickly see that's Martin. And he's got damage. And that was coming out of the pits, so
Oh, and he's lost a lot of wing. He's
yeah.
going to be very slow in this lap.
Oh god. You don't want to really be hitting that too much more now.
Sorry, Jensen, I need the restroom. I will go
no problem,
to
mate.
Metalman.
So, Mataman, I'm going to have a look at the energy here. Mataman's got about a 5% advantage over Senna at the moment. Don't look close enough for the move. I think he's just going to save behind in that DRS for now. You see that light flashing. Mataman would know exactly where he is at. He is pretty much 10% ahead of Senna now. So, see what unfolds in the next few laps this race. And of course, pit stops are going to be coming as well. I think Mike, Nelly, these two are going to be battling out for these last lot of laps. Don't know what's going to be happening, but let's see what Mike does actually. I'm going to quickly see. I don't think the camera's on board for Mike at the moment, but Mike stays out. And yellow flag, Martin pits.
Oh, Mike's dropped it! Mike's dropped the car, Jensen! He's put the car on the wall through the last corner!
And Nelly picks up a penalty. Oh, and he's got massive damage. Oh no. Mike, what have you done? He's bottled it. I can't believe I'm saying that. He's actually bottled it. And
oh no.
And by the time he comes into the pits, I think he's going to lose out a lot to
Now,
Nelly here.
Here's the thing.
Does he block him?
Yes. Mike has track position.
Yeah, and JNTEX though. JNTEX is going to inherit the race lead at this rate. If Mike block carries on as he is at the moment, just ahead of Nelly. Nelly's going around the outside though. He's got much better weight.
Mike squeezes. He's entitled there. I think he's entitled.
Yeah.
Nelly won't like it, but Mike needs to defend. Yeah. He's got to defend his position if he wants anything from this race or try to put up a fight. He's got to defend it. Nelly goes for the switchback there. He's going to go on the inside line. I think that'll be it. Mike did try.
Yeah.
And Nelly will go through, so it's about Mike just being composed. Still a solid P2 in the race at the moment.
He needs to get in the pits. I think Mike is going to be on it in this next stint, and it's the back end slipping away. So those tyres also must be done. JNTEX is only 22 seconds away from the leader now.
So will we see Envinelli in that box tonight, box this lap anyway? That's the thing.
I think he will. I'd say he will. Here comes Nelly. Is he going to box? No, he isn't. He's going to stay out. And Mike, he's going to be 10 seconds behind. So Mike's going to get this pit stop done, and he's going to have to.
So where does he come out? I'm going to stay with Mike. I think he's going to get a nice pocket of air between ENTXJ and Surge and Mikey, but I think Mikey's coming in anyway, so Mikey's in the pits. So I think Mike's going to come out in P4 still. It's going to be close actually, yeah. Senna coming through.
Senna's gained back a lot of time from that. Senna could be challenging here for the top positions. But yeah,
let's see, gap to leader. Senna 22 behind Nelly. Let's watch that, and that lap time is crumbling. Jensen, if you go to gap to leader, oh no, it's 33. Oh, I was looking at JNTEX. No.
JNTEX is catching up to Nelly now. Those tyres are dead. Nelly's got to get in the pits, surely, unless he tries to extend to the softs. But I think that might be what he's going to do. He's got 10 seconds in the pocket just to extend for another few more laps, just to guarantee the pace advantage at the end of the race.
So interesting stuff. Senna is flying. P4.
JNTEX setting PBs. JNTEX might be.
Has he found a second win in the tyre? Is he feeling good? And Nelly's staying out again?
JNTEX has got plenty of energy, and this lap he set a personal best middle sector by
10 to go.
over 5/10.
And he looks
quicker than his best
pretty comfortable, Jensen. I am not going to lie, Mataman in.
It's getting closer. It's getting closer, Chris. What is going on here?
So JNTEX, how much do you want it, young man? You've got to be cool and composed, but the pace is strong. This pace is good.
Singapore seems to be the place.
And you know what's even better, Jensen? He's doing a good job in the energy, although he is spending a bit here. He's got 20% away. He wants to be careful. If he wants to put up any form of a fight here, he needs a good tank of energy left. So he needs to be careful in how he's using it. The time's still coming down to the leader. He's now below 20 seconds.
Nelly has got to be really careful. Mike is on pace, on another level at the moment. He is catched up 5 seconds over the last lap on Nelly.
Yeah.
Nelly 2.5 seconds down. So is that a tyre from Nelly? It's gotta be, isn't it? And if he wants to go to the softs, he has to take these tyres at least a good 3 more laps actually. Or maybe 2. I don't know. Let's see what Nelly does. Does he stay out again?
And he goes
into the pits. Does he go softs? Does he go mediums? If he goes softs, he's got a challenge on his hands still. So.
And it's medium for Nelly coming up, I think.
Yeah, he'll keep position ahead of Mike here.
Mike gets another time penalty there. So can ENTXG get out in front? Can he get there? I think he is. And he is. He's going to be through by a good chunk.
And Nelly's pace here, he has to get through and pull a 3-second gap. So he has to go 10 seconds on JNTEX for the last 10 laps. Can he do that?
Second a lap, pace difference needed, and there's a yellow flag. I think that could be Surge. He is round.
Lost the car. Don't know what happened there. And I think he's going into the pits. Maybe a fresh set of tyres. I think he's not liking those hards at all.
So ENTXJ with what looks to be a master stroke, Jensen. He just needs to stay calm. And
look at how close Senna is to Nelly. Look at this. Senna could really have a go at this. So Nelly in a bit of here. Oh, this is going to be an epic end to the race. Who's going to come out on top in Singapore here? And of course, you saw JNTX last week. He's not a guy who would take kindly to losing any positions. So,
no, I know personally. And Nelly's just hit some broken wing. Nelly just smacked.
JNTX has lost a bit of end plate there.
Oh no.
He's lost his right hand end plate. Oh, that's not what he wanted at all, and that's cost him a lot of pace now.
It's probably not worth boxing now. That's hard to say for ENTXJ. He has no penalties.
Stay out.
You've got to just go for it, can't you? And defend your heart out, young man.
If you box, you're gonna lose 30 seconds, and with the amount of laps to go, I think you're only gonna lose. I'd say he's gonna lose about 7 seconds max, maybe, to his normal pace without wing damage. But Nelly, he's looking like he's ready to pounce here. Senna has dropped back a bit. Mataman is starting to get on the back as well. And Mike has dropped away a lot. And Pedro's out! Is that
going to be a safety car?
Sector.
Safety car! Oh, it's a VSC out, no.
Oh
Thought it
no!
would be a safety car.
The big winners there, if there was a full safety car, would be F. Lewis and J. Intex there.
Yes, 3 pit stops.
And they don't have any penalties. So, those two. Same with Mikey and Serge, they're the only 4 left. And if there was a full safety car, that would do them wonders, I think. And I think that saved J. Intex for now.
Yeah. Yeah, saved him another few laps. Every lap that ticks by is a lap I think he will be glad to see go away. And I think
he's
he
gone really wide.
still get a podium. Skarma gets a drive through
from
P7, so that's going to really hurt his race.
It's going to be hard for Nelly though. He's got not much energy, but he has got the grip. Can he have a go this lap? He wants to get past as quick as he can. And did he get the exit? He's going to use DRS. He ain't going to use the overtake though. Same with J. Intex though. He's just going to stick without the overtake. He's going to stay there. And Mataman goes for a move on Senna down into turn 7, and Skarma's out now, and that's in the pits. Oh. And Skarma was running in a good position as well. Did he even have any penalties? I don't know if he did at all. There. He had,
I don't think he did.
He had a drive-through.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Probably why. Yeah, he had the drive-through. I think that's probably why he retired. He pretty fed up with that. Here comes Nelly. It's only a 10th. They almost got through there, and once we cross the line again, we'll have 7 laps to go, Chris. 7 laps of Nelly chasing J. Intex.
J. Intex knows how to cope with pressure. So yes, I think this is what we need to stay with.
That damage is really costing there.
Yeah,
so
you
we've
can
seen
see
loads of retirements. We've seen 3 retirements late though. Here
and I
comes
think
Nelly.
this will be it now. Yeah.
Yeah. J. Intex, so he's defending as much as he can. J. Intex, he can't hold on though. That damage, the old tyres, it ain't gonna work for him at the moment. Nelly is through, and if you can start to get a gap quickly, I think Nelly might be on course for, I think, a 5th win of the season.
Yeah. Now, how much can J. Intex hold on? Can he still get the podium out? 6 laps to go.
I reckon he can.
4.5 second gap plus penalties. So
you gotta hope for a safety car at this rate.
Yes. Mike on the back of Senna, he's making some gains. What is the time penalties? Mike has 6 though.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting one, that. So yeah, it'll be Nelly's 6th victory if he does win, and he has got the gap now, so Nelly pretty much in the clear.
Yeah.
And he's 9/10 up, so he's going for a fast slap as well while he's at it.
And I must say, we've had a lull for a few laps, but for a Singapore race, and as you say, Nelly takes the fastest lap in the 37.4. For a Singapore race, it's been pretty entertaining.
It has been really entertaining, that. And
Mato Man and J. Intex now. J. Intex, some more fighting from the young man. How much does he want? I think as Jensen says, he's going to be pretty safe for the podium. Just understeering that car.
Oh, no! And J. Intex, he's lost all his wing there. Oh,
and that's going to have huge stipulations.
It's
safety car out.
That's perfect for J. Intex now. J. Intex might have still a chance of this win. And
yes, of course, he can go to new tyres now.
F. Lewis is on 6 lap old mediums as well.
Does he
sticks
box?
within 3 seconds.
Oh.
What has happened here? This is big stuff in this race, and looking at that, that's a very interesting one. Jntex maybe could have left a bit of space. Mataman maybe a bit of a risky place to go.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
it looked like there was never a car's width there to begin with, and then yeah, maybe there was for a brief second, and Mataman went to go, and then it just who knows.
Mataman and Jntex in the pits, 100%. They both have damage. They're both pretty much needed that. Is Nelly gonna pit though? I don't think he is. I think he's just gonna stay out and hold track position on those relatively new mediums. Let's see what he does. He does stay out. And here comes Mataman and Jntex.
So I think Mike is going to watch these guys in front. If they'll jump away, yeah, Mike's going to. Oh, what's Senna done there?
Oh no! Is that? Oh, Mike's.
Oh no, Senna bluffed. No. Senna dummy to say he was going in the pits, so Mike tried to go through, and Senna's just pulled back across and smacked Mike straight into the wall.
Oh, that is not good. He got a penalty from that, so I think that's.
Oh wow!
Paid for that, but everything's happened there. F. Lewis jumps into the net race lead, or not net race lead. He is on the softs though, but he hasn't got any penalties, and if he can hold this, he could possibly.
There is a victory there if he wants it.
Yeah, and the safety car. It's only 2 laps of racing as well, Chris. If he gets the move done on Mataman's going to surely keep up on those softs. I think this could be interesting. Yeah, Jntex is also there waiting in the wings. F. Lewis, 2 warnings. Jntex, only 1 warning to his name. Actually, no, 2 warnings as well. Got 1 on the inters, but yeah. It's going to be an interesting end to the race, Chris.
It's all kicked off, Jensen. The last 4 laps, just when I said this race has been quite entertaining, it just went boom and exploded to another level.
Oh, actually, and also the guys at the back, Serge, Osadupi, Ranger, Mikey, that has played into their hands and managed to get back in this race now. I think Serge has been waiting for that the entire race. For another full safety car.
Yeah.
And that's paid off for him there. And guys with no penalties are going to jump up a lot of positions here. Mikey's going to jump up a lot, but Jntex and F. Lewis are the big, heavy hitters here. They're going to get anything.
So the question is, how much of a favour does Matoman do, I guess? Let's look at the penalties. Senna Martin has 8 seconds, so he's going to really struggle to put up a fight now. It's how much a fight, or saying that, they still need to get through Senna. It's going to be tough, I think. Soft tyre will have a really good advantage over these 2 laps though.
Yeah, I think everyone has 3-second penalties apart from Senna, who's got the 5 seconds added on to that, so it's 8 seconds. Adam and Mike with 6 seconds, and Ranger has 15 seconds, and everyone else plus 3 seconds, and no penalties. So that's going to really shift the field. It looks like Ranger's going to be the biggest loss, loser out of that, and of course Mike and Adam will lose out a lot as well.
So I think safety car will go in this lap.
If the guys catch up, yes. If not, it will go out for another lap. I would say so.
Well, releases at lap 30. Wow.
The end of lap 29, no, maximum 2 lap.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah. I was counting a lap too many. I'm an absolute plum sack.
Minimum 2 laps of racing at the end of the race. Lap 29 it will guaranteed to go in anyhow. I
think in the whole though, the incidents that we've seen, although Mike's maybe distraught of what's happened there, and you probably under a safety car, I'm unsure of what the rules are for dummying a pit stop under safety car and coming back across like that. I'm unsure. I don't think anybody's done anything deliberate, you know, they've all tried to keep it.
But still, you've got to be aware of that.
Yeah.
That does happen. Didn't actually get to see it there. I saw the guys coming, I saw all 4 of them I thought was coming in, but then...
If we have another lap and you have the stream up, you can maybe go back a bit and you'll see it on board, see what you think of it.
This is not good for Nelly though.
No.
Another lap is not good for him at all, because that's just going to reduce the laps for him to try and pull away. And Senna is going to be the wall in between guys that are going for the race win here.
Yes.
I'd say. Mataman's on the soft zone. Mataman could challenge Nelly for position here. Nelly's at risk of losing a podium if these guys... Oh, it's going to be an interesting one, Chris.
I am tense. I am very, very tense, so...
And that is both racing points in the pits.
Yes.
The new soft tyre, I think they're under the safety car on soft tyres, but they've gone for brand new soft tyres just to have that little bit more advantage. And for you guys.
Every little helps, as they say.
Yeah, I think these guys probably have about 10%, so 10%, that's a good 10th or 2, maybe.
Yep. It might just be enough, it depends how quickly, although it looks like they're going to get back on the pack with absolutely no problem at all. So 12 guys still running, a running order. Nelly from Senna, Matoman 3rd, F. Lewis 4th, Gentex 5th, Mike 6th, Special Energy 7, Rach Hunter 8, Mikey 9, Officer Duffy P10, Ranger P11, Surge P12 with unfortunate loss Skarma, Pedro, Maharton and Mitch from the race. Mitch very early and then Skarma, Pedro and Maharton. 3 retirements came thick and fast about the midpoint of the race. Or just after the midpoint of the race I should say. And then
so Chris, here we go.
Safety car in this lap. Lights
2
go
laps
out.
to go this race. This race has been well over an hour. If it hasn't,
It's just ticking on to the hour mark right now.
So this race has been longer in 100% barring short race.
Wow.
So that is pretty crazy.
So Nelly's going
But
very
Nelly,
slow. Slowly.
He's got to get his restart right. He is at big risk here. And these next 2 laps are going to be the most critical next 2 laps of this race for him.
And he's taking it very easy, which I don't know if that slow will generate any temperature in the rears of your medium.
I think is he going to go now? He's gone now, he's gone, no he hasn't, he's gone to a stop start.
And he's away
he's
now.
Gone now. Here we go.
And he's dropped the car! He's dropped the car, Jensen!
Oh, and he's out of the race! He's out of the race, that's not... Oh my god, what has happened there?
No, and Cinnamons is going to go through. F. Lewis and Gentex, they're feeling it now. Look at F. Lewis, he's all over the back of Matoman. And Cinnamons now, he's got 8 seconds of penalties. F. Lewis and Gentex have got it. It's all kicked off. Matoman having a look at Cinnamons now in his prime. And he's going to have a go at Cinnamons down the inside. That's Matoman got the pace to get through. Cinnamons is going to defend it out as much as he dares. He's going to come back on the inside line. He's going to get close and squeeze. But Matoman will go through and there's F. Lewis looking at Cinnamons. There's a big dive up and he's turned round.
And they both...
there's carnage at the back, Jensen. There's so much contact between the back and the pack.
No.
F. Lewis has fell to the back.
And
Gentex is out the gap.
He's got end plate damage. He's got a push. Mataman's gonna win this race. Mataman's gonna win this race. He's got 1 more lap to go. Can he hold on? Is this gonna be McLaren's day? in OTL.
Rage
That
Hunter
was
now,
really-
Jensen. Rage Hunter was in P10 at the restart. He's in P4.
He's on for a podium maybe. Actually, Mikey's there. Surge is up to P6 as well. He could get a podium still. Everything's gonna break loose. Everything's gonna happen here. I don't know what's...
It's just been insane. I'm stunned, Jensen. I am
We're in the final
absolutely
lap
stunned. Matoman looks like he's going to bring home the win. JNTEX is pushing. He needs to just spend everything, get that overtake going, boy. Get after it. You need some tenths of a second.
Oh, and F. Lewis picked up a penalty. Oh, it has all gone horribly wrong for F. Lewis at the end of the race. That was really unfortunate for JNTEX and F. Lewis, but I'd say one of the half veterans in the Racing Hub, man. And
Yes.
he got a podium in his debut race in the Racing Hub back in, I think, a year ago now.
And he's just checked out, Jensen.
Yeah.
He's absolutely
He's
gone.
4 seconds gone.
Matoman, he's, bar no mistake,
A round of applause.
is
for
going to
Matoman at
bring
the moment.
home the win.
He's going to come through the final sector now. Don't look like any on-track battles at the moment, unless there might be a few back there, but it doesn't look like it at the moment. That McLaren he's bringing home now. Few more corners to go. Only 4 more corners left. Or just keep it on the track. Going around the right-handers. He's got 1 more right-hander. He's gone through the next left too. He's got to accelerate out the final 2 corners. He's going to come across the final corner. He's going to win the Singapore Grand Prix. Mataman, a round of applause. A long-awaited first victory. And it's...
And Surge gets the podium! Surge gets the podium! He gets up to P3 in the end! Matoman P1,
Wow.
JNTEX P2,
What
Surge
a race.
P3, Rage Hunter P4, Mikey P5, Senna P6, Special Energy 8, Mike P9, P8, Doofy P9, and I missed the back of the grid. Well,
Wow.
Jensen.
What a crazy end to the race that. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Everything happened there.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. My head is absolutely blown. Wow. Let's see if we can get Matt, JNTEX and Surge in for a chat. Wow. What a race, Jensen. What a race. Oh, Nelly. Oh. So in turn, Mike closes the gap on the championship, which and that's something we're missing as well. What looked bleak for Mike in regards to closing down a gap, it's been an even better case scenario because he's closed a bigger gap than he would have if it was him P1, Mike Nelly P2. Wow.
I really can't believe that. What a finish to a race.
So let's go back to front, Jensen. Surge was the first to join, so we will start with our P3 man. Oh, there's a bit of an echo, Surge. I think
is that better?
Yes. Well, did you expect P3 with 7 laps to go there, Surge?
Yeah, no, it was all part of the game, man.
The last 5 laps of that race were entertaining on another level. Maybe not entertaining from a driver's standpoint, but I take it you just managed to weave through the carnage.
Yeah, firstly I just want to apologise to Adam. That was definitely it was a racing incident. I thought he saw me on the outside, and Adam being Adam, I thought he would have given me the space. So I'm really sorry for that contact. That's just racing sometimes. But yeah, those last 2 laps were crazy. I mean, I was really annoyed during the race because I got hit around twice. And yeah, I actually cannot believe I'm on the podium. So as much as I love you, Chris, I did not think I'd be talking to you tonight. So it's just like,
and here
yeah,
we
that's a
are.
crazy one. Yeah. Sorry, I'm normally really prepared for these interviews because on the last lap I have everything in my head prepared to say, but that was just, I knew people had penalties in front of me, so, you know, I just was just trying to keep it clean, but I don't know what happened. Like, I definitely want to go back and watch, but obviously, you know, I'm really happy and, yeah, never give up, never give up. I'm always going to be there to pick up the pieces and, yeah, who knows what would have happened without those two spins now. I'm really annoyed I got hit on the back, but you know, yeah, fair play. Thank you very much.
No, very, very well done. I think me and Jensen are a bit lost for words at the end of that. You don't really know what to say because
I mean, I had
things
no
happened.
front wing. I don't know what was happening, but the last lap I was still closing on the guys ahead, and I had like 2 yellow front wings, and I was like, "What is going on?" Like, it was just so confusing. But yeah, I'll take it. Really happy.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Jensen, have you got anything you would like to ask Surge?
I'm a bit speechless, to be honest. I mean, it was a bit unfortunate for you, all the contact and that in the race, but I mean.
Yeah, I don't think the contact was necessarily deliberate from both guys. I just think obviously I was on the hards, and you know, my plan was to go to the end after the safety car. But I think round here, like, it's really easy to miss. I mean, you'll know, Jensen, it's really hard to like miss. It's really easy to miss those breaking points, you know. So, you know, there's no hard feeling. Obviously, it's a bit frustrating because, you know, I was looking at a top 5, you know, staying on the hards. But yeah, this is a lot better. So.
Well, you got that back anyway. Really well done on the podium.
Great. Thanks, buddy.
ENTXJ.
Hello.
Well. I bet your heart rate has went up and down more than somebody going through a triathlon. That was interesting.
I actually have no idea. Like, I can't comprehend what the fuck just happened, to be honest. Yeah.
It looked good. You chose when the safety car came to do the hard strat. You and Surge were the only two drivers that tried it, and it looked to be an absolute key strategy. You got the jump on Nelly when he went for his pit stop, and then you and Matoman getting a bit of a tussle. Is that right?
Yeah.
I think you were defending the inside line, Matoman, or the outside line. Matoman wanted the outside line, and from our standpoint, it was a tough one. You know, I think the wall, Matoman's just rubbed your back tyre, and with the wall being there, you know, that violent nudge is always just going to blow the wing away. So that probably sent your heart rate deep sorrow, because what looked like a win had just been taken away. I mean, how do you feel after feeling like that to still bringing home a P2 in what was, I mean, I don't even know how to ask how you feel over the last 5 laps. Watching Nelly spin round, and my heart goes out to Nelly if he's watching. I do feel for him, but
what do you mean your heart goes out to him?
I mean, if Jensen said Mike bottled it, I guess Nelly bottled it just as big. But the eyes must have been rolling.
Chris. He did it on purpose to keep the championship more interesting. Don't worry.
Your eyes must have been rolling, ENTXJ, when you seen that happen.
Yeah, I mean, so I went hards because this track and Hungary, I'm really confident on hards. I feel like I can keep consistent pace. And then with the touch on Mataman, on my screen the arrows were like behind me, so I thought he was on my back. He wasn't to the side, otherwise I wouldn't have came over and obviously pretty much put him in all. But yeah, when I saw Nelly spin, I pretty much thought it was a guaranteed podium at that point. Kind of happy that me and Mataman touched because I had yellow front wing, which you may have not picked up on, but I had contact in the wall earlier in that lap.
Yes,
so,
we actually seen somebody run over that wing. I think it was Nelly.
Oh, right, yeah. So, and as much as I don't want to make contact with other drivers, of course, I think I'm very happy that me and Mataman did make contact because kind of saved me from falling back in the last 5 laps.
Yeah, and I think ultimately Mataman will thank you for the safety car because it ultimately won him the race.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cheers,
So-
man, buddy.
So all in all, pretty happy. Could have been a win as well, so I guess that's another positive to take.
For sure, yeah.
Jensen, anything for ENTXG?
Yeah, good drive from you there. A bit unfortunate, of course, the last 2 laps of the contact. That I reckon you may have had the win there, but yeah. I mean, still P2 is pretty good. Hopefully, the opportunity comes again.
Hopefully.
Because that was pretty deserved for you.
Thank you.
So Matoman, our race winner. I bet you thought I wouldn't be saying that at the end of this race.
No, genuinely, I was thinking about a putt, but I didn't think I'd win. I saw Nelly spin, and I'm just thinking, right, I've got to get ahead of Seth.
Yeah.
Didn't really work.
And I mean, once you got ahead, the pace was ruthless.
Yeah, I know. For a second, and I'm thinking, Lewis were very, very quick. So I'm thinking, right, I've got to go. So if I get in front of Senna, obviously hold them back, and yeah, that was ultimately what helped me out in the end.
So how did you feel in the last 5 to 10 laps?
I was pretty confident. I knew I was catching as the JNTX, and then that touch. I did say at that point a few choice words, which I'm not going to repeat. But
Understandable, to be fair. Understandable.
So trying that you.
Oh, we're having some connection issues, Metalman.
Behind. Yeah, sorry, I'm in a hotel in a minute. I've got hotel Wi-Fi.
Oh, I see. Oh, so you want to race in a hotel? That is an effort. Wow.
What a story.
Oh no. But yeah, was it once put it to the softs? I just sent it. I've not got much else to say really. I'm kind of speechless that I've actually won. I saw Nelly spin and I just kind of thought that's really odd.
Yeah, it was a strange one. It's funny because Mike as well in the restart, the 2 big hitters today, both when they had their opportunities in restart, it ultimately, I think, ultimately unsettled their races, and in Nelly cases ended his completely.
Yeah, he went straight into the corner of the pit wall, didn't they?
Yes. So very, very, very well done. Honestly, we were stunned for words, me and Jensen both. We had no idea what to say after that race, other than maybe not from, as I say, a driver standpoint, but from a spectator standpoint. The entertainment value there was excellent.
Well, I'm going to enjoy watching that back, to be fair.
Yes, mine and Jensen's reactions are interesting. That's all I'll say.
They always are, to be fair. They always are.
That's true.
So Jensen, before we wrap up for the night, driver of the day.
Oh, don't leave that on me. That is way too hard. Way too hard for this race. Mate, I could literally pick almost everyone if I had the chance. But I don't know. It's literally...
Well, you can't pick Nelly. He bottled it. So
yeah, not Nelly and not Mike, because they both pretty much sucked.
So everybody else
at the
gets
end.
an extra point. Thank you very much.
So I would think, Jensen, I was thinking of somebody that I think was right in contention and just got caught up in drama that was not his, and it took him way out the race, and I think would have probably have been on the podium, if not maybe possibly threatened Mattelman for the win. I think F. Lewis was pretty hard done by in the incident, and if he doesn't get caught up in something that wasn't his fault, he stands on the podium. So I think Mikey, Matoman, Gentex and Surge, of course Surge got it from the game. Matoman and Gentex very worthy, but ENTXJ lost out a bit, so he would probably be F. Lewis, sorry, lost out a bit in the end, so that would probably be my pick for my driver of the day, because I think other than that, he drove a very solid race and he would have been right in there too.
Yeah, I could probably agree on that, because to be honest, I'd be picking one of the top three, but it's literally so hard because they all
Yeah.
had their own story, you know, in this race. But man,
So that's why I
don't
thought I
know.
would be unbiased, because
Yeah.
the top three were too hard to pick, because I had the same idea. Like, how do you choose between these three guys who have all done just as miraculous a job as each other, you know? So
It's a shame what happened to Lewis because we were the only ones without time pens. I thought we were going to have a nice
yeah,
little
that's
battle
it,
towards
that's it, and that's what we expected as well. Yourself and Ethan were the two names we kind of flagged up when everything started to get real, if you will, in the last few laps. And then, yeah, that bit of contact in the middle of the last or second last lap, he just had nowhere to go. He tried to avoid it and couldn't.
Yeah.
You
So-
two without the penalties really worried me. I was thinking, nah, this is gonna really do me in then.
Well, you were 2 seconds ahead. I blinked. You're 6 seconds ahead. Like, what the fuck? Slow down.
So, yes, Jensen, what a race, and I guess that's us for the evening. Well done to Matt, to Giantix, and to Surge. Three very worthy podium sitters this evening. Unfortunate to those that maybe didn't get the race they did, but that's racing and that's just what happens sometimes. So OTL will be back same time next week, guys. See you